welcome back to Crafting with Kendell. My name is Miss Kendell and I work at the Wayne County Public Library Children's Department. For today's craft, I'm going to be showing you how to make a very simple mosaic jar. Now, this can be used for colored pencils, crayons. It can hold any kind of knickknacks that you want, and it only takes a few little supplies. So to make a mosaic jar, the first thing that we'll need is, of course, a little jar. I'm using a little glass one that actually used to be a little yogurt jar, but you can use any kind of jar that you can find at the dollar store, or you can even use a plastic jar if you're a little nervous to use something that can break. So you'll need one of these. You'll also need some tissue paper in any kind of color that you want. I have just a bunch of rainbow colors here. You'll also need something called Mod Podge. This is basically just fancy glue that dries really clear and nice looking, but if you don't have Mod Podge, you can always use a little bit of glue mixed with water. So you'll need this or the glue mixed with water, a paintbrush, and of course, newspaper. You'll also need an adult or guardian with you just in case if you need a little bit of help. So the very first thing we'll do is lay down some newspaper, just in case if we make a mess. And we're going to open up our Mod Podge, or again, you can use glue and water. We're going to take our jar. I'm going to tip it upside down so I can hold it better. And we're going to take our paintbrush, dip it into that Mod Podge or glue, and you're basically going to paint it onto your jar. So you're just going to pretend like you're painting a painting with this. So we're going to get that all on our jar, just like that. And then we're going to take our tissue paper and we're going to lay it down one little strip at a time, right onto the section that we put all that Mod Podge glue on. And then we're going to paint over top of the tissue paper. So by doing this, you're like sealing that tissue paper in so that it sticks really good, and then when it dries, it's nice and smooth. So let's take a piece of purple. I think I'll take this nice bright red and lay that right there. And you can overtop it too and make it like lay over your other piece. It'll create like a cool tie-dye design. So again, we're going to lay it over top of that Mod Podge we already put down, and then we're going to seal it just like that so it's nice and smooth when it dries. Now, if you want to go and put some tissue paper on the bottom part of the jar, all you have to do that is the same thing. You're going to paint a layer of the Mod Podge or glue, and then you're going to take your tissue paper. You're going to kind of lay it so that it folds over that side. And you're going to take a good amount of the Mod Podge or glue and just really stick it down. Sort of paint it down as best as you can to seal it. Just like that. So you're going to keep doing this over and over and over again until the whole thing gets covered. I'm only going to do a couple more pieces here. Just going to keep painting and overlapping the colors to create cool designs. And you don't have to use different colors. You can always use just one color of tissue paper. Or if you just want to use like a couple different colors, you can make it look however you want. You're going to want to let this dry overnight so that you know that it's completely okay to use. And once as it does dry, it'll look something like this. You can see that the sun kind of goes through it like one of those mosaic tiles that you see in buildings or whatnot. And with this, you can always fill it like I have right here with pencils or pens or other knickknacks. And you can use it for whatever you want. So that is how you make a little mosaic jar. Thank you so much for joining me again for another craft, and I will see you next time.